I come out of the house and everyone is in the yard and not in the pasture where they're supposed to be. And we have 2 goats at the well house. What are you guys doing here? Excuse me. What are you doing here? Huh? Peter? Heidi? What are you 2 doing here? Mommy cow, there's Sassy. There's Daddy cow running over. He just got in trouble because Lynn's here trying to lay the fence, or whatever the word is. And Lynn, what happened again? Can you explain for everybody?
Well, stupid cows pushed the gate open. Because I just had it loosely affixed, but it should have been enough to keep them from coming in, but they pushed it open. And then the goats and the horses decided to have a free-for-all, so.
What were you doing at the time?
I'm working on the fence.
And it seemed like the animals were quite interested in what you're doing.
Yeah, well, mostly Daddy cow. Freaking aggravating. Keeps hopping around, and it's distracting because I'm trying to get this done.
Good times on the farm. A friend of mine sent me this meme with the pieces of meat, like a steak or something. It had a sticker on it that said, "Humanely raised but verbally abused."
Yeah.
Would you all like to explain yourselves what's going on? Huh? Huh?
To get a fence stretcher, which is basically the same components as what you see here, they want about $100 for it. I think I spent total on hardware here like 12 bucks. So we'll see if I meet the mark here. But basically what I'm doing is I'm clamping down the fence against this 2x6 so that it's got even pressure across just about all the lines. And then I'm going to hook the come along up to this chain and pull it to tension that up. And then once I get enough tension to it, I'm going to affix the fence over there, and hopefully we'll be good to go. All it is a couple of like old fence posts, some carriage bolts, and a 2x6 and some chain. And these fence posts are using the carriage bolts are clamping down on the woven fence, so it gives something to grab onto to pull it.
What are you doing, dude? Give her some privacy. And thanks a lot for christening my garden, I guess. Gonna have to watch out for landmines while I'm in there. Gonna give kisses? Gonna give her kisses? Can you give her kisses? Yeah. I'll give her nice kisses. I'll give her nice kisses. Such a good dude. I am opening the gate to our new garden area for the first time. My plentiful bounty of harvest will be coming from this area. Thank you to Lynn, the chief monarch, serf, slave, and everything in between.
Paterfamilias.
Who made this reality happen. Lynn, I'm going to put you in front of the camera so you can explain to people what we're looking at here.
Basically, our property's already cross-fenced, but Allie needed a spot to keep it free from the other animals, livestock, and feral children. So we made I'd say about 120 feet by 40 foot little area for her to do alley things.
And we're planning on putting a sandbox for the kids in too.
Yeah, I was thinking we could put it like actually right here because it's in the shade. But I don't know. We'll see. It depends on what Miss Thang wants here. But I will say this. Some women went diamonds. Some went champagne, spa days. Mine wanted a fence. So I'll do manual labor all day long, as she knows. So, yep.
Okay, and we're gonna be able to grow a lot of food in here. We built it so we could expand. If we ever get the itching to become legit commercial farmers and go to markets and stuff like that, we can do that. If we just want to have a few raised beds, we can do that too. So
I don't know what this we is.
anyway, I'm talking about we, me, and Lily.
Oh,
Right, Lily?
I thought you were speaking French or had a mouse in your pocket or something.
Anyway, it's already been christened by the cows. We've got natural, locally sourced compost. Well, I guess manure is not technically compost yet. But we're going to be working on that too. We will be telling you all about our new vermiculture design. That's worm composting. And once we get the raised beds up, we'll explain how we're doing the raised beds too. We're testing something out. Anyway, it's likely that the orchard is going to be somewhere around this general area because Luke over at a natural farm told me that under a bigger tree is great for citrus. And then we'll put the fruit trees, the mango and the peach, for instance, which like a lot of light, and the avocado, they'll be next to them. So this will be kind of the orchard area. And then towards the end is going to be corn and then the raised beds. So very exciting. Bon appetit. Thanks, Lynn. You coming to see the new garden, Petey? You coming to see the new garden, Petey? Hey, Heidi. Hey, Frex. What you doing, buddy? What do you think of that garden? Pretty cool, huh? What was the hardest part about building this fencing? Digging the holes?
Digging the holes wasn't too bad. The last hole sucked because, of course, that one had like 5 or 6 roots in it.
Would you do anything differently?
I would say if we weren't trying to do it on a budget, I would have done all posts instead of T-post. Or at least every 2 T-posts have a wood post. Just because I like the look of the wood better than the T-post. The T-post is definitely easier to put in, for sure. Other things, if I, again, if we weren't on a shoestring budget, I would actually like to have 2 actual fence tensioners, the ones that they're all metal, and they have the wedges, so you can just quickly attach it to the fence, and it has a little slide on the bottom. So what you can actually do is you can have 2 sections of fence, hook one on one end, hook up the other on the other end on your end posts, and then join them in the middle, and it makes them, it makes just a much better fit, a lot tighter. It's a little bit easier to do, but aside from that, it's tedious doing it by yourself. But once you get everything measured out and you feel comfortable with your layout, it's just a matter of doing it. Hey, we're trying to have a conversation here. You need to have your mom do some training on proper etiquette within the newsroom.
I think this cost us just under $1,000.
Yeah, it was like 7 something.
Well, the first round at Home Depot was like $730 or something, and that's with the military veteran discount. So I think you went back and got some more.
$50.
Okay, so let's call it $800, about $800. But that's like putting it all up ourselves. Well, himself. But yeah, okay, so we'll call it $800, and it's let's talk about how big it is real fast again, and just in case we forgot to say that, it's pretty big. That's why it costs.
It's 120 feet by 40 feet. We bought 2 100-foot sections of wire. It would have probably saved us a little money because that cost us $300. If they had the 300-foot section available, then that would have been great. But we were just trying to get it done, so I just said, it's worth it not to wait any longer for it because you had your starts that you were trying to get into the ground. I didn't want this to be the reason why you couldn't get things done. So yeah, we spent a little more on the woven fence if we would have been able to get the 300-foot section, because 200-foot sections cost round about, I think it was like $130 each. We could have gotten a 200-foot section, or excuse me, a 300-foot section for $200 if it had been available, but it wasn't available, so that's how that goes.
Bye. And don't come back now, you hear?